Mindset Monday.
Okay, shimmy, shimmy, ya, woo-ha, obatala. Your two eyes never seen what my third saw. We living in Babylon under Hammurabi law. Domestic terrorism, we be marching all in rhythm. 60 years of picket signs, but did it ever get them? But the bullets riddle them. Kids taking Ritalin, 101 temples in service, not one pyramid. 20 Bugattis bought, and not one farm kid. No supermarket, you don't control the market. The practice of economics, so how the hell you be ballin'? I swear the shit is appalling and nobody ever listening. I'm talking about investing, but every time you rap, you flop, I flip a check again. Alkaline my body, I can power up my melanin. Kryptonite, the haters moving up like George Jefferson. Blowing good dope, good times, Florida Evanston. Blowing clouds in the clouds, swerving through the heavens, man. Tell the ages, look out, standing on the shoulders of giants. You heard of Enoch? I was meditating on water like Sarantuba. You was blowing smoke to the women without the hoover. I'm Big Meech, breaking the bank, you need the pooch up. Black and Decker LC9, I rate my tool up. Play me for a fool and the joke is on you.
What they do, royalty. Mindset Monday, I would just spin some Snatch bars, you feel me? Y'all know what it is, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mindset Monday. I got a special guest for y'all today. Special guest. And I got an introduction to the special guest today. Come on. Yeah, Mindset Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Black Lotus is the brand, the lifestyle, the king. You feel me? The man, the myth, the legend.
Oh man,
Brian Hippolyte.
Come on now, man. How you doing, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing? How's the family?
Everyone's good. Everyone's well, getting rested, recovering. You know, we just lost one of our matriarchs, my paternal grandmother.
Sorry to hear that.
I appreciate that. So it was definitely one of those things where, you know, some certain deaths in the family shift things around, and, you know, it make people have to step in new positions and, you know, and things. So it's definitely been a major transition. And, you know, and we just roll with it and keep doing what we got to do. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's been up with you, brother?
Man, you know, gaining and maintaining, you know what I'm saying? Maintaining elevation out here, man.
Okay.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to do this introduction for everybody coming into the King Brian Hippolyte. So we got 2017, you leave corporate America, in less than a year, start crypto investing in Forex trading.
Correct.
Then 2019, you start SNL P&P Home Repair Company. Started Chef's Meal Prep and invested in a food truck.
Correct.
Then we have 2020, opened an eatery in an event space.
Correct.
Released Manifesting You book, founded
Yes,
Manifest University,
yes,
online learning academy. Dropped the single Gods Don't Sit on Man-Made Thrones. That's the new single. And coming up, we got the Sapiosexual Guide to Love and Entrepreneurship. Yes, autobiography, Gods is Rising. So we got a lot. Queen Khadijah Grant, what they do, Queen, checking in. So we got
CJ,
a lot of things.
Brother?
What they do, everybody chiming in. Thank y'all for being here. You feel me? No one have told you today you are kings, you are queens, you are royalty. It's Black Lotus, the brand, the lifestyle, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday, Mindset Monday. I got the King Brian Hippolyte. We got a lot of things to dive into, King. We got a lot of things to dive into.
We do. So,
I want to get started. And so let's just start, because these businesses, a lot of times when we talk, because we're going to talk about business, we're going to talk about the manifestation, we're going to talk about the relationships, we're going to talk about the positioning in the family. So we got a lot of different things to talk about. We're going to talk about
angles to run through it.
Also balancing you a father.
Yeah, full-time father.
Full-time father. I am too. So we got a lot of stuff to dive into, and I feel like a kid at a candy store. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so many things to unpack, because, you know, I talk a lot about entrepreneurship, and that's a lot about what Mindset Monday is about, the different avenues and the mindsets involved with it. But you not only, deal with several different businesses, but we rarely talk about the balance in the entrepreneurship and building something for your children and leaving generational wealth and legacy, but at the same time building your children up too. Because most people, well, let me say a lot of people that I see aren't able to do both. Right? You have the successful entrepreneurs that spend so much time building for their families, but they're not, they don't have the time. They don't have the time to build in their family. So it's almost a double entendre, right? And I've even found myself to where I put so much into my daughter and build her, it somewhat takes away from building for her.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So let's start in 2017 when you left corporate America. What were you doing? Why did you leave? And let's start from there.
All right. So in 2017, I was working in the call center. I had just had my second child, my second daughter, and knew I had to start generating another stream of income and started building my own economical structure. Because obviously there's a cap. Anytime we work somewhere, and we become codependent on that source of income, that's a situation that you got to get yourself out of. So I started, rather than talking to my coworkers and hanging out and being that funny dude in the office like I was, I just started using their internet to dive into crypto investments and start learning Forex trading. I enrolled into a university, online academy rather, to further my education and Forex trading. I started making several crypto investments, and some of them actually just started yielding. It was at the right time, and made a couple of right moves on some of those investments, particularly in Ripple. I bought Ripple's cryptocurrency. I brought, I don't know how many thousands of shares of it when it was at like 7 cents a share. So then between like 7 and 14 cents is when I bought a whole lot of it. By the time it reached its all-time high at the end of 2017, it was like $3.21 or something like that a share. Like, my crypto wallet said I ain't have to work for nobody no more, and that I had an opportunity to further myself and further the opportunities that I could present to myself. And it really just took the scales off my eyes, if you will, because it showed me and told me that there's more information out there that I can apply to myself, and I may not even understand it completely, but if I'm consistent at it, you're gonna get good, and like I said, broke clock is right twice a day. So one of these things is going to land, and you diversify your opportunities. I mean, the first $50 that I made as a profit in Bitcoin, I took those and divided it into 7 different other cryptocurrencies, Ripple being one of them. So my first Ripple investment literally started with $7, and then I kept adding to it and kept adding to it. So when it reached that that all-time high at that moment, it just put me in a different financial space, which gave me the strength and the ability to lean into other things and began learning other things. So I left corporate America, started spending time with my kids, started trading full time. Life threw a couple curveballs, and I also didn't have the discipline set up to actually do it. It made it look like it was really going to be easy. And and honestly, like the structure that I had going to my 9 to 5 and doing it, I was more successful because I had an actual structure and how I was trading, the time frames I was trading and stuff like that. When I just started doing it on my own, and now there's this whole world of opportunity, it really was a lot, and it didn't work for me the same way. But I had this nest egg from the investments and stuff like that, so we just kept going and started looking at opportunities. 2018 was a rough year though, and from 2018, I knew by the time 2019 came around, I had to build stability in my financial structure and create passive income. And I started mastering the ability of being in multiple places at the same time, sending people to do things that that I need to get done, leveraging the relationships and the friendships and the business associates around me. So in 2019, 19 at the beginning of it. I started SNL Properties and Projects. So that's an interior and exterior home repair service. And I don't do any type of construction or any repair. I'm essentially, my business operates as a referral service. I get the leads for the work, and I find the subcontractors to take care of it. Or at least that's how it started. At this point, I have my own team of contractors, and I'm actually transitioning into new construction and taking on some bigger commercial projects with SNL. So we got that going on, and like you said, I invested in the food truck. Started with the meal prep. That led to investing in the food truck with my business partner, and that's been up and running since let's see, September of last year was when we got that up and running. Beginning of this year, 2020, we opened up the eatery so we can have my food truck outside and people can go inside and use the eatery. Use that, being able to use this space as many ways as possible. And if we wanted to do a restaurant, but there were so many zoning things and just a lot of red tape that we had to go through versus making it an eatery, cooking the food on the food truck outside. And there's just a lot of things that we were able to go around and make it happen the way that we wanted to make it happen. So that's been going on, and as of the beginning of the year, we just now it's an event space. So just keep making it, gonna do what it got to do.
And then you dropped this book.
Yeah,
Manifesting You. How long you been working on this book for?
Someone asked me that today, and I'll tell you that the production of it took about 2 to 3 weeks. But the truth is I've been writing this book my whole life. This book is literally keys, understandings, overstandings that I've acquired through the trials and error of life, through relationships, through studying, through learning, but mostly through living. So it's definitely not anything that is in here just because it sounds good and it sounds like good advice to give. It's something that I knew it because in my heart when I wrote it down from the experiences, and a lot of it is learn from trial and error, pain, suffering, and growth. So I would have to say my whole life, definitely the last 5 years of my life, I've been writing down things for this book, and then towards the end of last year, it was my goal all year to get this done. And this is a really important part of the story. It was my goal all year to get this book done last year. And between starting the businesses, certain things going on in my family, being a full-time father, like I just never had the time to dedicate to getting it done. And I always say, man, if I just could focus on it for 2 weeks, I get it. I could get it done. And so when it came down to December came, and I was like, I'm not letting this year finish without accomplishing this goal. I've done way too much. My boy Derek Gates put out a board game, and I'm like, is this man going to put out a whole board game, and I can't get a book done? And luckily, I've been blessed to have some amazing people gifted into my life, especially in seasons when I'm supposed to be bringing things into life. And Khadijah Grant came along and just helped me move this project along. And so we wound up going to Colorado Springs, Colorado, where she's from, where she wrote some of her best-selling books at, and just went off in the mountains, literally went off into the mountains, up in the mountains for 2 weeks, and just focused in on this book and making it everything that it is. And brother, every day I keep looking at it because it still blows me away to see this book right here. But every day I'm getting a email or a DM from someone saying that, it's changing their life. Like, it's only been a month. It's only been a month, and there's already people like testimonies and people just feeling different about themselves and stronger in what they're doing. And it's amazing. It's just amazing.
And I apologize because I have not grabbed my copy yet, so I got to get my copy. What they do, Red Goddess, yeah, she's actually in Colorado Springs right now, Red Goddess. You know what I'm saying? What they do, everybody chiming in. I got the King Brian Hippolyte on the line talking about everything that he's done and he's doing. If you're not following him, make sure you follow him. Make sure you follow Manifest University, because now we're going to get into that now. So how did the university come along, and what are we learning from Manifest University?
So it came into the picture because this book, this book wound up being what I would consider the easy read of what I was originally imagining. Something that's easy to digest. So there's a lot more understanding that I had that I feel like my people needed, because this book is freedom, and in the sense that if you can tap into your purpose, your divinity, the things that make you strong, the things that make you that one of one, then the universe this alignment hits differently. The universe, messes with you differently when you're walking in your divine purpose. And a lot of the reasons why we as individuals don't get a chance to tap into our greater selves is because of all of the walls and barriers that life has placed around us. So this book is giving you the different ways to, decode yourself and get out of your own way a lot of the times, to heal from things that you experience, to repair things. So whether we're talking about self-mastery or knowledge of self, your habits, your associates, your allies, the power in your words, your thoughts, your mindset, your energy, the different ways to, to manifest, different ways that you allow yourself to maximize. And so the Manifest University had to come into play so that I could really speak to those things. And it wound up turning into a course. So that's what it was. Okay. The Manifesting You book was followed by a course, a Manifesting You course. Now to host this course, you need a place to host it. So it's like, well, we're going to make Manifest University, and we're going to create this online academy, which ultimately will be a community. It's going to be a social community for entrepreneurs, for those who are wanting to grow, for those who are just looking for knowledge. 2 years ago when we was going through cancer with my mother, I was looking around for holistic information. I was paying to go on different sites that said they were offering this type of information. And now what I'm doing is building a platform that I can put all that type of information on for my people. And so it's starting with the course that's on there right now, which is like, again, the Manifesting You course. And so that's 36 different classes, expanding and expounding, breaking down the keys that's in this book. There will be another course added next month. And my plan at this point is every month at least to be adding a course, whether it's something for manifesting you specifically, something that deals with you, like your inner work, or manifesting home, manifesting health, manifesting money, where we have different courses from other entrepreneurs around me that'll be explaining how they do what they do to make money. So you can, you'll have access to that. So it's just going to be a learning center as well as a community where you can tap in and unlock with other people that's on that same wavelength, because I really started to understand that you manifest a lot more when you have partners manifesting with you, and we have people to hold you accountable and things like that. So I wanted to create that opportunity, and I just actually cut the prices down, because we're looking at the pricing models for other influencers and different comparable businesses, and it's really geared towards entrepreneurs and those who are willing to invest. A lot of us don't have money to invest though, and a lot of us need it. So I've been so blessed, and definitely in the areas when I wasn't money motivated and I connected to a purpose, and that's really what I'm trying to preach. That's really what I want to get to my people, is that this all could change if you just connect to your purpose. And so in doing that and taking money out of it, saying, okay, well, how can we just make this something that's going to obviously be financially beneficial for everyone involved, but also accessible to those who don't have capital to plug themselves into a system that's going to educate them and give them those opportunities. So now, there's a membership for $19 a month. There's a membership for $49 a month that would give you like 4 access plus like Zoom calls and different things that build the community. And then I believe if you just want the whole course, a 6-month semester of the course, that's $199. And every month we'll add new content. There'll be at least 2 Zoom call and coaching calls a month, and I'm excited. I'm excited, bro.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because you know, it's it's very difficult in this space, what I've noticed, because you have so much, I'm not going to say noise and distraction, especially because people have gone through the process of purging their timelines, right? So now, especially, my network and my platform, we focus on, positivity and purging the timelines, right? So now you following different people, right? So you might be following this person for credit. You might follow two, three people for credit. You might follow different people for trucks. You might
Right.
follow different people for real estate. You might follow different people for, whatever. So now it's like, okay, now it's like, how do I narrow it down? You get where I'm coming from? Like,
Right.
how do I find, my purpose? That's what I found in, a lot of people who talk to me and say, well, what direction should you go? And no one could specifically point them in a direction. So when we talk about, finding this purpose, it's like, with you from the crypto to the home repair to the food, now to the university, they're not correlated. And but I feel in a lot of senses your passion is the music and touching people through your music. Like this
Absolutely.
university is really your passion. Now the home repair necessarily isn't your purpose, but it is a source of income. So
Absolutely.
I feel like, people struggle with, okay, do I go with my passion or do I go with getting a bag and then go to my passion, and then what lane do I go with going down with the bag? You get where I'm coming
Yeah.
from? So
Yeah. Absolutely.
it can be overwhelming at times. So I feel
Most
like
of the
this,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, most of the time. Um, and that's honestly something that I've been, especially the last few weeks since my grandma passed, that I've been struggling with, because I really went into this space where I was like, I'm not peopling too much right now. I'm chilling with my
Yeah.
kids. I'm getting my mind where it needs to be, and I'm working on my intellectual properties, but really more trying to deal with particularly the SNL, the construction business, or even the food truck in the eatery. I'm really just been to myself and to my people. But as a business model,
Hmm.
I need to be handling more things than I am and have been in this recent space, and just because of the tragedy that came our way. But on a normal sense, and in a normal day, it's a matter of writing down the priorities. And I wake up every morning. I try to wake up every morning before everyone else, because obviously you can't run the world if you're waking up with it. So I got, wake up, meditate, give myself to myself. That's the most important thing, bro. We can do so much as long as we're taking care of ourselves. Because running multiple businesses, dealing with multiple children, taking care of my mother, dealing with the mothers of my children, all that, like, I can do it just fine as long as I'm taking care of. As long as I've given myself, I gave myself 45 minutes to myself to even maybe write a rhyme, write whatever, write down an idea, just deal with whatever's been, going around in my mind, whatever. As long as I gave myself that time, I can deal with the rest of the world. But you give me a couple of days where I haven't allocated, myself, the things that put a spark in my eye and make my heart
Hmm.
happy. Like I'm a lot I'm a lot shorter of a human being in my conversation. I'm
Hmm.
probably not as easy
Hmm.
easy going. And I know my thing for me is, like, I know when I start getting short with my kids, that's when I know, all
Mm.
right, daddy needs a moment, because that's not me.
Mm.
Like
Yeah, I was gonna
that's
ask
not.
you, how do you balance that? Because personally, it's becoming a bit cumbersome for myself, and I only have one. You know what I mean? But I homeschool her, but it's becoming a bit cumbersome for me, personally, to um, focus on building her and building for her.
Yeah.
Um, trying to establish a couple of things that I'm doing, as well as maintain the others that I'm doing. And, because if I'm focusing on that, I'm not focusing on her. And if I'm
Right.
focusing on her, I'm not focusing on that. Now, it's a balance, but it's so many hours in a day. So how do you balance all of those different situations. Now I understand the home repair company. It seems like the home repair company and the food truck, those are basically set on automation for the most part. Would you say that?
They slightly, in the sense that I don't have to be there and I don't have to be present for those things to run. So it's just more of a managerial position at this moment. And so I allow those to go, and I pay attention to them that I need to. The way that I manage it, a lot of times on a good day, I'm up at 4, and that gives me 3 hours to get a lot done before my kids wake up.
Yeah.
That first hour is probably just going to be silence. So it's really giving me 2. And in those 2 hours, I knock out some things that I didn't get done yesterday, or that that's definitely in a red folder that needs to be done ASAP. Get that done. By the time they wake up say they get up at around 7, we kicking it from 7 to 10. We're not doing anything. I'm doing we playing, we doing phonics, I'm doing their hair. We just kicking it, we talking, we walking around, whatever, we're just spending time together. And then I'll take them to pre-K. There's a 2 and 4-year-old, 2 girls. So they could go to school as early as they could be at school when they're waking up. They could already be at their daycare, at their pre-K. But I don't believe we're supposed to wake up and go separate ways. Things like my kids gonna get on my nerves before I send them somewhere. Like, we don't have that much time together to do our thing. And that fuels me. They're really my fuel. So I need that. So I get 4 to 7, getting stuff done. 7 to 10, daddy mode. 10 o'clock to maybe 12, looking at SNL stuff or food truck stuff. And then after that, around 1 and 2, I'm working on publishing content, doing video content, content creating for the posts for social networks and different things like that, so that we can advertise and propel forward all the different ventures. So that's not at all considering anything life is going to bring my way that day. That's not at all considering that I'm the man for a good handful of women in my family, meaning like I'm the one they're going to call when something happens. When they need something. I'm going to, it could be a big thing, it could be a small thing. It could be that their water filter ran out of water and they just need someone to come and put the new one on there. But I'm that guy to them. So, and we talking about it collectively when it's all considered, like about a little less than 10 women that I'm there on call for. So
I'm the same way. I hear you, King. I'm doing the same thing with my family. I realize that I'm like really the only man. You know what I mean? I got sister, I got mom, I got aunties, I got cousins. They all females. They looking at me. I just started a credit repair company. So y'all make sure y'all go. Appreciate that, King. So y'all make sure y'all go follow credit_GPS. That's my new credit company. That's why I haven't been so active, because I've been in the cut, structuring my whole, know what I'm saying, portfolio and getting my business structure and everything, still working on the website and everything like that. But y'all make sure y'all do that. You know what I mean? I'm combining the studies that I did for some years on the Black's Law Dictionary, administrative process, along with the technological side of the software and the management of it, and a lot of different studies. So I've been really in the books studying that, as well as get my business structure right, my website, my phone number, my physical address, all the good stuff to go ahead, structure and build out the business credit like that as well too. So I've been doing that on the back end. I got my daughter, and for me, I was like, okay, this is gonna work twofold, because I'm providing a service to the community, but also in the same time, this is a way where I'm able to impact my whole family. This is a way that I could put a blueprint on my whole family. So hey, everybody, come on, you know what I mean? You're getting your credit fixed. We're gonna structure it out. We're gonna build this wealth out. So it's been a lot. May we all find a balance to success. Looking forward to purchasing your book, and thank you for staying real in the process. Oh, all day,
Yeah,
man. I could say
absolutely.
one thing about the King Brian Hippolyte, man. We met, man. We've known each other for maybe about 2 years now.
It's no, cause let's see, Leilani wasn't born, so it was about matter of fact, and that was a great day. I was talking about it this morning. Matter of fact, because let's see, it was me, you, Derek Grace was there. It was bigger ranking. Breakfast with
Bigger
Bigger. That was the
ranking.
event. Laura
Breakfast
Mason
with
put that
Bigger in
together.
Orlando.
Yeah,
Laura Mason,
yeah, Laura
TJ
Mason.
DJs was there.
Right,
JT Money was there. Bigger
right.
Rankins was there. Billy
Yeah,
Blue was there. It was an industry
it
event.
was
It was a
an
music
industry
industry
event,
event.
but it wound up. It was a different time. It was Black fathers. Like it was an amazing experience for me because I had just became a father, and so I think Samara was one at that time. And bro, we were sitting down at that table, and it was a room full of older gentlemen talking that was leading the conversations we was having about fatherhood. And I'll never forget it, bro. Like the one, I don't even know who said it. I know it was an older dude, but he started talking about how he wanted his daughter, who was like a grown woman at this point, to have a healthy sex life. And we, the young fathers, was like, yo,
whoa,
ain't nobody ready for what you talking about.
yeah.
And that was bro, as a new father, that was an eye-opening conversation. It was a room full of strength. I needed that day. That was such a great day, bro. So
Absolutely.
great relationships was born.
Absolutely,
That room, so
man.
it was definitely.
And that's where we met. So we didn't even meet, on Instagram. We actually met in person somewhere else, and just continued the relationship since there. And you know what I'm saying. It's been amazing to watch you grow and manifest, and produce all the products and just the energy and information that you give out. Like it's been so many times where you'll do a post and I'm like, yo, this nigga's talking to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, and I've reposted some of the, some of your posts. And I'm like, yo, he's talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what? My peoples need to hear this right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely been, amazing to see, you know what I'm saying, you progress through this time period. And, I'm definitely looking forward to, more that you bringing to the community. And you definitely inspiring people, man. You definitely inspiring. If no one's told you that, man, which I'm sure you hear that, especially since you dropped the book. But man, you definitely inspire. I'm inspired by you. I respect you and admire you, everything that you're doing. And
I appreciate that, King. For real. And I think right now I just stumbled on a really big part of my purpose that I didn't, because I didn't see it coming. But with this thing that we're starting right now, that's called King's Connection.
Okay.
So that was I posted something maybe about a week ago, referring to men's health, and saying, you'd be surprised how many men sit, on the edge of their bed or in the shower, whatever, and just going through it. And tell you that it was a pretty big paragraph.
I reposted that on my Insta stories.
Brother,
when you
that
did
got
that, it was
such
heavy.
a big response through all the social media networks that it was just overwhelming. Like the amount of men who took the strength to say, yeah, that's me. And that's me. You know what I mean? And to go back to what you're saying, when you sound like I'm talking to you, I'm saying some shit to myself. And those be the things that people hit me consistently, like, yo, how'd you know that's what I needed to hear? And I'm like, because I had a conversation with myself at 4:00 this morning, and that's what myself told me. And, like that. But so we get back to the King Connection. There was so many brothers that said something, And then I posted this other post that said, or I immediately seen another post from someone else that said, like, black men need a safe place where they can heal too. And there were so many men that attached themselves to that post and was like, yeah, we do. And then, I guess the ancestors was like, well, what you doing with that 2,000 square foot event space you got? Like you saying, if you're aware and you have the ability to do something, then open them doors up. And so starting tomorrow, every Tuesday will be, at least for our Tampa branch, it will be just that place. You know what I mean? We just gave it a name, called it King's Connections. At 7 p.m., open up the doors to my event space in Temple Terrace. And we just asking men to come. We're just going to have a men's group, a men's meeting. We're going to talk. We're going to vent. We're going to share. We're going to iron sharpen iron. We're going to strengthen each other. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, like, I need men. Like, I get out of Tampa as fast as I can, because the group of men that I could go sit in the room with, that I can, just bear my soul with, and that strengthen me, they're in Georgia. They're in Atlanta. So I jet out of here every chance I get to go sit in those rooms. So I needed that. I needed a room full of men. I was, I need an OG. I need big. I don't always need to be, the big homie that's in the room. Yeah. And so it seemed like this was just a way for all these things to happen.
Because where's the big homie for the big homie?
Right. Like we need
you know what I mean?
We need it. Me and my business partner both are men who grew up without big homies, without father figures, and have always been the one to decide whether we're right or we're wrong, unless we're facing a problem that says you right or you wrong. And we figured out, I figured out, looking at him, because we're so much alike, that, we definitely, we need parameters. We need someone to with a bird's eye view looking at what you're doing. And when you've never had that, and you are, the end all, be all of your life, you could be missing a whole lot of shit that you're not even aware of.
And from an unbiased perspective. So it's almost like big homie for big homie. It's almost like a therapist, but kind of sort of not. It's an unbiased perspective, but it's coming from experience as well too. So a therapist is gonna have an unbiased perspective and let you get it out, but a lot of times they may not be allowed to give their opinion based on experience. So that's where it kind of draws the line, in a sense. Like, yes, you get it out, but where is the, okay, well, you know what? I went through that in my second marriage, or in my first marriage, or, I dealt with that on my third child. So, I dealt with that on my my second failed business. You know what I mean? Now I'm on my fifth business, and it took me 4 businesses to get it right, and they were different businesses. You know what I mean? Because the thing that I wrestle with in times, and is that I really sometimes, especially on the Mindset Mondays, want to dive into failure. Because on Instagram, everybody's showing this success. Everybody's showing this success.
It's the highlight reel.
It's the highlight reel, right? So nobody talks about their failure. I've maybe heard 1 or 2 people mention it on some live that's for 24 hours type of thing, but nobody talks about the failed businesses. I almost want to just go specifically and talk about that, and bouncing back from that, and how you get through that, as far as, you might have took a risk and put your family, in a uncomfortable position. How did you bounce back from that financially? How did you bounce back from that mentally, emotionally, sacrifice-wise? I almost really want to do a whole series with entrepreneurs and individuals on their failures, opposed to the successes, because it's great.
That'd be so powerful, because that's where you learn everything at. That's where all the missed shots, the lost games, that's where you learn everything. That's when you get to go back to the gym or the court or the field of your life and fine tune yourself. And that's when you get to say, all right, I didn't know what I was talking about then. Let me research. Let me, you get to be, a lot of us are reactive learners. And that's just a habit of our culture. That's something that we should start at the forefront and start changing around and start being proactive learners. But normally as things come to us, that's when we, you know, learn how to deal with it and dodge that bullet, duck that blow, whatever the case may be. But yeah, the failures, man, you know, even at the beginning when you was reading everything I've done, and when I was writing that out earlier, like that looks amazing, bro. Like in just in 3 years. But that again is the highlight reel and doesn't show the days where I was losing my mind and the days where, like, if I don't, man, I might have been one of those people that's only alive because they have kids to keep alive. Like, it doesn't show the days when I didn't know what was, you know, how these things was going to pan out the way that they were supposed to. Doesn't show the losses. Doesn't show the bad investments. You know, so I never want to get on here and act like it was easy, it was sweet, and I knew it. Because that is not at all what happened. I just wake up every day and I don't quit. And I figure out how to dodge everything. I turn every opposition into an opportunity. You know, sometimes I get a text on my phone for a business, for the construction company that has a particular thing that I don't know how to do, don't know anything about, don't even know people who do it. I could easily say, that's not something I'm going to handle and send that back. Or I can take it as an opportunity to find somebody and say, all right, I'm going to find someone that can do that particular job. And just as soon as I make that decision, yeah, I can do that. Meditate on what I need. I'm going to drive down the street, bro, and I'm going to see a truck that is of the business that does whatever I was just talking about that I needed. Like, fate loves the fearless. The universe is going to fuck with you heavy if you're willing to say, I'm going to just figure it out. I'll build a parachute on my way down. And when you move like that, like, you have no choice but to respond to that, you know, that way. But yeah, our failures is where we can sit around with some brothers and that'll tell you to put you up on some games so that you can learn from their mistakes, and you have the opportunity to not have such long as a learning curve, because we got enough fences, enough things that's in our way as it is. So the more that we can get together, and I can tell you, hey, I know someone that does that, or know someone that tried to do that. Matter of fact, why don't you call my boy, because he might be able to give you better advice than I can. The more that we can be a community, start building community, start adding value to each other, we'll be much less likely to be killing each other, listening to lyrics about killing each other. We'll be, you know, we'll change the game, but it's going to have to be from the standpoint that these younger ones will look at us and say, I want to be like them.
Absolutely. And they don't respect nothing but money. And that's what they respect. Shout out the financial rebel just stepped in here. If y'all not following him, make sure y'all follow him. He is the tax god, straight up and down. You know what I mean? He's gonna get you right. He's gonna, you know what I'm saying, break down the structure, C Corp, S Corp, LLC, sole proprietorship, the tax pros and cons, benefits, all that. He's gonna get you straight up and down. He's not finna get you $10,000 for your dependents. He's gonna get everything right based on the tax code and everything. Straight up and down, square biz, solid king. So make sure y'all check him out. Queen Molly, what they do, Queen. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for stepping in, supporting. I'm with the King, Brian Hippolyte, serial entrepreneur, owner of the author, lyricist, musician, I want to say founder or dean of the Manifest U University. So make sure y'all, founder of the Manifest U University. He has an event space and an eatery, and he's just starting a King's Connection down in Tampa. Maybe, you know, I'm in Tallahassee, so maybe, you know what I'm saying, we could have a branch in Tallahassee to bring the whole, you know, the branch out, because that's something great. That's what I'm trying to do, brother.
All I need is one brother in each city and each state that want to do it. You know how Pac had that the 50 niggas tattoo with the AK on his arm? You know the story behind that tattoo, what that meant to him? It was that idea with his Thug Life brand and all that. He was saying, if I just had 50 niggas, one in each state, that felt like me, moved like me, believed like me, we could change this whole shit up. We would be too powerful. We could build an army. We could create a militia. We can restructure our culture. And that's the shit that I'm on. And so I'm on the same thing. I know it. So we gotta link up. We got Tampa growing with King's Connection. We have a chapter right now in Plainfield, New Jersey, which is my hometown. Like, so this is where I lived before I moved to Florida. Plainfield, New Jersey. And when I put out that call on social media, and was like, listen, I'm starting this in my city. If you want to do it in another city, hit me up. I'll put all my resources, together to try to bring brothers together in every city that wants to do it. The very first person that reached out to me was from Plainfield, New Jersey. So we got a group of men meeting there on Wednesday. We got some brothers in Houston meeting. And so that's the 3 active chapters that we have. And this is just from a week and a couple of posts of putting this out. We got the Tampa chapter, we got a Houston, Texas chapter, and Plainfield, New Jersey. We definitely get started with one out your way. But that's the idea. We going to have our own underground railroad with our brothers, strengthening each other. And then the way that we got to move to do whatever we got to do, we're going to have that network, that infrastructure in place. And that's so important, bro. When Hurricane, what was it? The one that went up north.
Sandy.
What's that?
Sandy, Hurricane Sandy.
Oh man, no, not Sandy, because it didn't hit Florida. It hit what state am I thinking of right now? About like 3 years ago, when everything was underwater.
Harvey.
When Harvey took place, there was this underground infrastructure of brothers that were moving. I say like there was a plan to do some other underground things, but there was just this connection, a string of brothers from Florida to the people that was in Harvey, where we were able to send aid to them without the help of law enforcement or anything else. Just through our own underground network was able to get resources and move stuff, because I know this person, he know that person, he know this person, this one, and we had an underground railroad to move product and resources to the victims of Harvey, right? That showed me how powerful we were, because that one we weren't even planning. We weren't together for that purpose. I feel like that we had a whole different plan. But when that came into place, we realized we had the infrastructure to move still, undetected.
Yeah.
And from that experience, it's like, okay, well, that's how we need to move. We need to build a militia. And we need to move in silence. So before we can even get to any of that, we have to heal our brothers. We have to educate our brothers. We have to learn. We have to teach our brothers. We have to have a love of self. And before we can have a love of self, we're going to have an identity of self. Once you get an identity of self and you get a love of self, that's going to permeate a respect of self. And that's respect of self is going to be the things that make us be the family that we're supposed to be. That's going to be the things that make us as men handle ourselves the way that we're supposed to handle each other. So it all starts with self-identification and self-love. If I love myself and I see myself as a God, when I look at you, the person that looks at me, I have to pay attention to the God in you, whether you see it or not. And I have to, and all you can do when I acknowledge you as God is either deny your Godship or rise up to it and live it.
Exactly.
So if we can continue to permeate that type of environment and love on our brothers and love each other and grow in our strength and in our value, our culture is going to have to adjust to that. And it's not going to happen unless the men move forward and lead with it. So that's what King Connection, that's the mindset behind it. It's just all formulating organically as the gods and the ancestors and the universe is just placing these things in his lap of the people who have the heart to do it. And so I'm just blessed to be a part of it, bro.
So speaking of self-love, that brings me into the segue of the sapiosexual guide to love and entrepreneurship. Do you like how I did that? I'm getting pretty good at this thing, right?
That was smooth. I like how you put it in there.
Let's talk about that.
Okay,
coming up.
That is going to be the next book that will come out under our Manifest University. It's going to be written by the one and only Khadijah Grant. She is a three-time best-selling author, one of the most influential ghostwriters, of our time. She helps a lot of powerful people put their words together and manifest their visions. So this is something that we've really been working on since I guess since December, really, and it just got a name to it in the last couple of weeks. But a sapiosexual, for anyone who don't know, like, you know, that's someone they're attracted to intellect. They're not necessarily attracted to someone's physical attributes. They are turned on and attracted to intelligence, to someone walking in a divinity, or just, you know, just intellect. So if you are a sapiosexual, you have a different standards, different rules. There's different things that's going to make you happy, different things that's going to fulfill you, different ways that you need to be connected to, different ways that you connect. And I've witnessed in my personal journey, relationships fail just because a person didn't understand either who they were, or their mate didn't understand who they were. And in this case, you know, in the rise of information, and where all we're doing is putting out knowledge and information, is definitely a term and a lifestyle that I'm starting to see more than ever, sapiosexual. And
absolutely.
And I've seen recently people just, again, not know how to handle themselves, I know a woman who thought she was a lesbian just because she didn't know or couldn't understand why she wasn't connecting with her husband anymore, and why he couldn't connect with her. And all it was is that she just needed her intellect, aroused. She needed him to do things that he wasn't doing to connect with her and to speak her love language. And I was like, man, we need to inform our people, because it seems like something that you're just not aware of. And once you know something, and once you can identify something, you'll care for it properly. If you know that, you know, this is the way. There you go.
Oh, you see, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that big of a library, but you know what I'm saying? I got some jewels back there. In there. You know.
So that's what we're working on. It's going to be a guide for sapiosexuals as well as those who are loving a sapiosexual, or courting, or attracted to a sapiosexual, because there's so many things that you can do that they are not going to respond to, because that's just not how they're wired. And so as I'm growing in life and business and love and relationships, I'm just doing the same thing I did with Manifesting You, and turning that into something that is over and out. They'll have a course that'll follow that, as well. So you'll be able to go on and learn a lot. Building a better you at Manifest University. That's what we're going to be doing.
Okay. I'm all for that. I'm definitely for that. And, as always, man, anything that I can do to support, because we're going to connect on the back end as far as putting this Tallahassee thing together. But anything, as always, anything that I could do to support and your movement and anything that you have going on, my platform is your platform. Any new products, any new situations, any new opportunities that you have, you're free to, come on. We could go live and, share the platform, share what you have for the people, because it's all about positivity. It's all about elevation. And that's what the Mindset Monday and Black Lotus brand is all about. You know what I mean? So, whatever you have going on, King, feel more than welcome, to share my platform with you, because like I said, I 100% support everything that you're doing on your side, King. And we still need to link up and cut a couple of records, man. I just need to come to the tank. I just need to come, because I got the whole mobile studio set up, man. I got the whole Pro Tools, every plugin you need. I got CD burners. I got drones. I got the mobile studio. It's just not something that I do like that. But I mix master. I got the whole Pro Tools. I got everything from auto tune to Melodyne, bro. I got every plugin, everything.
I'll come your way this weekend. I will take these girls to their mothers, and I'll come your way this weekend, brother. You talking about getting some music done? I'm there. That's what feeds my soul. That's what we
might could do that, because I could actually twerk it to where, I might could have my daughter gone and have the weekend free. We could have the whole weekend free to do some music this weekend. I got the whole set. When I say I got the whole setup, I got the whole setup, bro. I got the whole setup.
I'll be there. I was going to go to Atlanta this weekend just to get out of town.
I was going to Atlanta this weekend too. We might could do it in Atlanta if you want to.
If it's mobile, listen, I'm
It's
about
mobile. It's
where the
mobile. I bring the
music
whole
is
setup.
gonna be on, if Pro Tools is turned on, I'm trying to be there. And I got some prolific shit to say. So I'm ready. I want to get
We got a link on it. We gonna set it up for this weekend, whether it be here or whether it be in Atlanta. We gonna set it up for this weekend because we could either way, man. Either way, we could do that. But yeah, I got the, like I said, I got the whole setup, bro. I got the whole setup. That's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Cool. We can get it out. Let me see. So, okay, I want to cover one more thing on Entrepreneur. We got a little bit more than 5 minutes before Instagram maybe kind of cut off, right?
Okay.
So from the entrepreneur side of things, I want to touch on the home repair company because it sounds like the way you do it, from the aspect of being a referral service, it sounds like it's a low entry cost barrier. Absolutely. And it can be scaled, it sounds like. So Absolutely. Can you talk about the cost of entry, the return on investment, and kind of sort of how it works from that aspect? Because I know it's a lot of entrepreneurs, and what I consider myself is a pennies to dollars strategist and a creative consultant. So you know, I'm very interested in that business model, speaking from, you know, turning your pennies into dollars with the low entry cost point. Could you speak on that? Right. And explain that to the people?
So and starting SNL Properties and Projects, which is what was my business called. The entry cost, we talking about starting up at LLC. So a couple $100 depending on what state you're in. You're talking about getting a handyman license or handyman insurance, which is, I think that policy wound up being like $900 for the year. So we're not talking about something that was, you know, crazy. And then there's several ways that you can go about it. I started with a lead-based company who just sends me leads throughout the day of things that happen in my surrounding 4 counties. And then I take those leads and I outsource the work for someone that's getting into a cheat code that I learned in my progress. Is you could go to companies like Home Advisor, or we'll just start with Home Advisor. You go to you go to Home Advisor and say, I would like to get some painting jobs, and they'll say, okay, well, what size? A single story house, a double story house, what type of square footage, what areas, and and their leads from Home Advisor may be between $14 and maybe $46, depending on the size of the home. But that contract could easily be worth $500. And I'm going to send my guys in there. Well, I'm gonna suit up and we're gonna go do it, and we got that. And that's just a simple way to go about it. Pressure washing. You can go and get you a pressure washer for a few $100s, and then go to Home Advisor and say, what's the pressure washing jobs that you have in my area? And they would solicit you those jobs. Some of those leads, that lead might be a $17 job for $150 to $300 pressure.
So you pay them per lead, basically.
That's how Home Advisor breaks it down. I've used Home Advisor, like they wind up calling me so much and pitching it to me so much that I was like, all right, let me just try with you, because I have my leads coming in. I really didn't need it. But when I had people who specifically did a certain type of work or craft or skill, then and they was just sitting around saying, hey, I need some work. You got some work for me? Yeah. And a couple times I hit up Home Advisor. It was like, well, let me get something that caters to what my worker does great. And and it worked. So to someone else getting in the game, you open up an LLC, you go to Home Advisor or other places that's like that, and just pay for the leads. If you know that you have the ability to do the work, then you go ahead and you knock that out. And if it's something that you don't know how to do, that you don't have a license to do, don't bid it, because that's illegal. And but you can subcontract your work to, you know, to someone else, and then give yourself what's known as a finder's fee or referral fee, whatever the case may be. And a lot of times, you know, I get right now, everything like you said is on autopilot. I'll get a job in, and it might be a roof job. I'm gonna call 3 roofers that I know at this point, and I'm gonna tell them, whoever get the job, I just want 20 to 30%. Do whatever you got to do, and just bring me back my dad, and I'm gonna, you know, put that in the safe, and, you know, and take care of business expenses. But there's always a way to make money being a middleman. We understand that in the street. We understand that as street entrepreneurs, and the way that the drug game and different things work. There's so many ways you can apply those same fundamentals to you know, in a corporate space or in a consumer space, and profit just by being the middleman. There's so much money in solving problems. If you can connect whatever you do, whatever you're skilled at, to a need, then you have a solution, and it's always easier to sell a solution than it is to sell a product. So that's the cheat. That's the, you know, the hack, the code, the cheat code to start generating money and stuff that you don't even know. Like, I don't know anything about construction. I got friends that are in the construction business that joke about me all of the time, but we making the same money now. And y'all went to school. Y'all went to that trade school at 17. I just started this last year, you know, and now I'm like, matter of fact, I'm sending them work. I'm sending them work now. You know, when I moved back to Florida a couple years ago, after some things went wrong in Atlanta, someone hired me to start doing roofs for him, for his roofing company. Now I call him and give him roof jobs. You know, I took the food truck back to the place that I used to work at 9 to 5 and start serving those people on their lunch hour. And now the amount that I used to work for all week at that call center, the food truck could pull in within 3 or 4 hours. I don't be there at all. I be over here chilling with my kids. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how we be, and that's how we gotta get things moving. And it all starts by just, you know, believing in yourself. If you're not willing to bet the house on yourself by what you're going for, you don't know yourself yet. You haven't found that thing that's in you that says, can't nobody fuck with me when I'm doing this. Can't nobody fuck with me when I'm doing this. And if you don't have that type of feeling, then keep searching and keep pruning, keep mining in the quarry of your heart and in your soul, and finding that gold that's in there. Because there's some gold deep down in there that makes you a one-of-one and an absolutely amazing and powerful being on this planet that was sent here for a divine purpose. So all you got to do is just keep tapping into that, and then you find that gold. You find that gold, and that's it.
You see how that works, people? This is how it works. You feel what I'm saying? This is the knowledge. This is the beauty of the Mindset Mondays. This is what we do. We create royalty through financial literacy, dropping gems. He just told y'all how to make money in the construction business and the home repair business without knowing any of that stuff. You feel me? And guess what? You come to the credit man, credit_GPS. I get you that Home Depot card. So now you're getting less on your materials for your stuff. Oh, guess what? You could rent a pressure cleaner on your Home Depot card that I got you with the credit.
Talk about
you get where I'm
building
coming
business
from?
credit and getting access to business loans. I'm talking about you can start with the tier 1 creditors, with Simple Places, Staples, Vistaprint, stationery companies that accept all of your new business credit.
Yep,
Work with them for
Granger.
a couple months. And then you get up to the big box stores like Home Depot and stuff, and now you eligible for a $200,000 business credit loan. You couldn't get that on your Social Security number. And now you got access to capital to use someone else's money to make more money for you. You take that, you put it in a crypto space, you put it in a real estate space where there is compound interest, and you start having your money actually generate money. That's why I fell in love with the crypto space, because there was different opportunities to literally print money. And when my friends was telling me that this crypto shit wasn't real, I was already paying my car note on my Dodge Dart with Ripple. which I was mining at that point. So I literally had a system that was generating a currency and then paying Santander for my car payment when everyone else is saying this shit wasn't real. It's real as it's real as fuck. And the US dollar could fall apart tomorrow, and me and my kids could get the fuck out of this country on a whole nother currency. You can't take that shit away from me.
Man, I mean, I don't even want to get into that whole level, because you feel what I'm saying. You know, the establishment might try to cut our lives off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna get into that. But you know what I'm saying? If you come here, you know what I'm saying, I show you a few things, brother. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all just fun and games. You understand what I'm talking about? It ain't all just fun and games. You dig it? You know what I'm saying? You know, things I don't even put out there like that. You know what I mean? Right. But you know, you know what I'm saying? We ready on some past Detroit shit on this side too. You dig what I'm saying? We ready. You know what I'm saying?
How we gotta be.
Straight up and down.
Especially being in Florida, you better be ready. We ready.
Listen,
we ready. We proactive. We got exit strategies. We got plans. Listen, man, the sign of something going wrong. We'll be in Cuba so fast. We'll be in Cuba so fast, bro. Lay back and planning the next move. And while the whole economic structure can be falling apart, mine's is still in place because it's not based off of this government's functionality. If I'm not codependent on this nation succeeding for me to succeed at this point.
That's a fact.
And especially since this nation and this establishment, these people ain't never been there for us, ain't never been down for us, ain't never been trying to lift us up. It seems foolish to even be codependent on what they talking about. If you giving someone the opportunity, if you're dependent on someone to feed you, you giving them the opportunity to starve you, and we ain't on that shit. So I created a way to be financially independent, financially stable, and secure an exit strategy should this shit go wrong and we have the blessing of a warning sign. Listen, we'll be on another land and another shore and another continent before anyone even know that we going, and we'll figure out the rest from there. But we gonna be alive, and my kids ain't gonna be slaves on this land. We ain't gonna fall victim to the bullshit that they planning for us. And I'll wake up at 4 o'clock every morning to further my plans to make sure that shit's in the safe, because that's what matters to me. And along the way, preparing my people as much as I can, giving them knowledge as much as I can. You know, I'll touch 100 million in my lifetime by raising 100 black millionaires, and I'm with that. Like, I'm where money is not a necessity.
And you know what they say, how you get wealthy? By making others rich.
By making others rich. Absolutely. And once I got into the space where, you know, I still, not that money's not important, I don't need it, I'm not trying to get it. But once I got out of the space that I wasn't trying to make ends meet anymore, and I wasn't worried about, you know, like next month even, you know, or something like that. Like, you get the opportunity to think outside the realm, you know, that other ethnic, you know, white people have always had that luxury to be able to say, all right, you know, they just walk through life and say, I want to do this, I want to do that. We're having to be reactive and on defense so much that we don't get the opportunity to do that. I heard Dave Chappelle say when he quit the Chappelle show and went to Africa, he got the opportunity to do what most black men in America don't get the chance to do, and that was to think of how he felt and do something about it. And we don't get that chance because we're working so much, and we work so much that we don't get a chance to make a living, and nor do we get a chance to live. So we have to stop that cycle, and the only way we're going to do is by establishing wealth, leading the way, showing young men that they could do the same, and creating an army that, you know, even if you kill me, I got 100 more.
Absolutely, be coming behind you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I just did was that two things I wanted to say. First is I got a chance to go to Africa, and I went to Senegal and hit the door no return in Gorée Island and Lac Rose, and that was a magnificent experience. And I was with some of my peoples who live over there from there, and so I got to live the regular people life, not the tourist life, and it was an amazing experience. But what I did was, so you know, we've been doing music. You know, I know you've been doing music forever, right? I've been doing music too. I had a catalog of records that I did like over a decade ago that I just never released, right? I just recently released it. It should be coming out sometime in the next week or so on all digital streaming platforms. But it's from 10 years ago. You know what I did? I put my daughter as a writer on those records. So now she's going to be getting royalties because I saw Nas made his daughter executive producer on Stillmatic. So guess what? Now this new batch of music that I'm going to have coming out, which is like 19 records, my daughter's a writer on all those records. So she's going to be getting royalty and intellectual property on 19 records that's about to be coming out. And she's 5. So that's on top of the stock portfolio that I have.
Congratulations, for her, you know King. Absolutely. That's definitely, that's installing legacy. You know, that's instilling entrepreneurship. I think when our kids go to, if they ever go to school, you know, in our homeschool, when they ask them what they want to be when they grow up, our kids is going to say some dope shit. Our kids is going to say they're going to be business owners. Our kids is going to say, you know, they're going to buy candy stores and put them everywhere. Like, our kids are seeing a whole different type of example that we didn't see. You know, we was inspired by the dope boys and by, you know, the people on the block that looked like they had it. So the fact that we've already shifted the paradigm, at least in our households, bro, you know, that's a powerful thing because that's where it starts. And they did so many things in the years before we came up to enable and disable a black man from having the stance that we have. So that's why I salute you and every brother like us. I seen someone comment about Derek's game. I got it right here. Listen, go get this game. If you don't got it already, go get my brother Derek Grace's in-home baking board game.
Don't play. Don't play.
Look
Don't
at
play.
that.
Don't play.
Listen, this is
I
one
just
of the
put it out earlier today, and I was playing it with my daughter.
Bro, it's one of the most solid things on this planet, man. I'm talking about he was saying it, you know, when he was selling it, like it's not a game, it's the game, and it's giving you so much game. It's telling you all the things I need to get him on a mindset Monday too, so that we can listen. When we get together, we gonna work on some music. We gonna play this game. I've been playing with Khadijah. She be beating Derek himself at it, so I feel like I got an ass right now. Like, but we gonna get it in. But yeah, we need more men like this. We need more men like us, and we gonna raise them up. We gonna harvest these young boys. We gonna stop the senseless killing. We gonna stop making ourselves targets every time we become successful. We gonna stop allowing our daughters to think that it's okay to be in manipulative relationships and think that the way that they get, you know, taught something because somebody yells at them or punishes them. You know, we gonna stop all these generational cycles, and we're the kings to do it. So
absolutely,
it's a pleasure to be on the front lines with you, bro. For real.
Absolutely. I want to shout out Queen's Tax Prep. Make sure you holler at her. She does taxes. She's also coming out with the Yoni Steam for the female health. So make sure y'all follow her. She's a great resource to the community. Want to shout out to King Work Strive Grind. You already know what it is. Flipping houses in exotic cars. You know what I mean? The only king I know got a Ferrari, and he ain't even 35. He's doing big things down there in Miami. Beautiful things. He got the Airbnb situation going on. I want to make sure y'all go follow Queen Prep, go follow Work Strive Grind. Make sure you follow the Enlightened King, brother Brian Hippolyte. Make sure y'all follow him. Make sure y'all follow Manifest University. They got plenty of things coming for you. We're going to be linking up on the back end, so you're going to be hearing some more stuff about King's Connection. Make sure you follow my credit page, credit_GPS. The GPS stands for generational prosperity system. You feel what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that. I
Pennies
like
to
that.
dollars, dollars to leverage, leverage your way to freedom. You feel what I'm saying? So we taking the Black's Law Dictionary administrative process, putting it into a technological system along with everybody else who you know doing credit. I'm studying them and putting all of that into the system as well too. And we giving it to you for a great price as well too. All right, so make sure y'all go follow the credit page, because that's how we gonna build. Basically, we're leveraging other people's money to build our income producing businesses and opportunities, and that's the way to start. You feel what I'm saying? Why use your money when you can use the bank's money? Because that's what they're doing, and it get taught between fractional reserve banking and interest rates and trading and all that stuff. They're using your money as deposit credits and all that, so might as well turn it and flip it on their head and use their money for your assets and your benefits for to benefit your children and create yourself a generational prosperity system as well too. All right, so I want to thank everybody, because I'm gonna say, another thing, y'all, I screen record these and I put it on YouTube channel, so make sure y'all check on YouTube. That's my YouTube channel. So all Mindset Mondays are archived, so they're not gone to waste after 24 hours. So you this on my YouTube channel as well. So if you missed anything, you can go back and catch it, because he talked about everything from his journey to his book to his university to even how you can start your own construction company with really no experience in construction and outsourcing it with low cost entry point. And y'all know that's what I'm about, pennies to dollars strategy. So this is an excellent opportunity. Make sure y'all go pick up the book Manifesting You. Make sure y'all do that. Make sure y'all check out his single. You feel me? Gods don't sit on man-made thrones. And who knows, y'all might be hearing some Trey Snatch, Black Lotus, Brian Hippolyte music coming soon. You get what I'm saying? That y'all will be able to purchase and stream, okay? So y'all know Mindset Monday, Black Lotus is the brand, the lifestyle, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday, Mindset Monday, okay? You know what we bringing, you know what we doing, creating royalty through financial literacy. Thank you so much, King. Thank you so much for being a guest. You know, every time we link, it's always some magic. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I support you and everything that you're doing. I can't big you up enough, man. You're doing great things in the community, bringing great value to the culture, and we're going to keep bigging you up. We're going to keep supporting you. Any and everything that you got going on, you need a platform. You know what I mean? We growing little bit by little bit. So anytime you have anything, my platform is your platform to promote, to enlighten the people, man. We here for it, King. We definitely here for it.
Appreciate that. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Let you know I need it. You know, it's it's hard for a revolutionary some days. A lot of days. So I appreciate your network. I appreciate your sincerity. I appreciate your strength, King. I want to tell everybody before we get out of here, to see your divinity. Understand that you are a divine being. You are a hand of, of the God that you believe in. I tattooed God is rising on the side of my face. I did it for multiple reasons. One of them being for in the corporate world, it was a divided line, because I knew wasn't nobody gonna hire me, and I knew I never needed anyone to hire me again. So it was kind of like my rite of passage as an entrepreneur to say we are reached a level where we no longer have to worry about our appearance for corporate. So that was like my celebratory thing to say, we ain't going back. We're in control of our situation. But you don't got to tattoo your face. Just be all in about whatever you want to do. Believe in yourself. The house on yourself. The person is going to respond to you. You're not going to attract what you post about, what you say you are, what you hope you are, what you're trying to be. You're going to attract what you are. So be real with yourself. You can and always know that you can advance yourself. You can build a better you. So if what you are at this moment is not what you want to be, you have all the resources, the opportunity. Definitely everything that's in this book, everything that my brother Trey Snatch is always be talking about, gives you the ability to create a better version of yourself, capable of withstanding what you have to go through and capable of producing and creating the life that you want. So I love y'all. You're great. Be all in. Be blessed, be powerful, be God's. Make sure you follow me. Let's link up soon. We're going to do some amazing things together. We all we got, and we all we need. That's real shit.
Absolutely. 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 I heard it from the King, Brian Hippolyte, man. You know what I mean? Hey, man, catch him. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you follow the Queen Khadijah Grant. Make sure you follow Brian Hippolyte. Make sure you follow Manifest U University. Make sure you follow credit underscore. It's a lot of following. So, you know what I'm saying? I need at least 10, 11 follows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For all of these things. So I'm going to say another time. Manifest U University. Brian Hippolyte. Khadijah Grant. Credit underscore GPS. Trey Snatch. Make sure you follow all of these things. Make sure all of these forms, because they have nothing but positivity, opportunity, and elevation for you. You feel me? No foolery, no fluffery, all of the goodness for you. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what we doing. We create royalty through financial literacy. Y'all know, if you don't know what the pyramid stands for, is we building something that's going to last far beyond us. You get what I'm saying? Just like the pyramids, we building structures that's going to last far beyond us for the benefit of our heirs. You get what I'm saying? So this is what we doing. This is what we doing. And so thank y'all. Put it in the story. Okay, I definitely put it in the story. And yeah, this will be on the YouTube channel, because another great Mindset Monday, man. This is going up. Last week we had a queen that talked about how to use your credit to buy a horse and let that bring in money, to leverage a horse.
I caught some of that. I caught some of that, bro.
Crazy.
She was on point. She was on point, bro. And I'm trying to take her, you, anyone that's whatever you're skilled at, we could turn that into a course and put it on Manifest University, and you can teach our people how to do whatever you're good at. And we can monetize that. So that as you took your time to use your knowledge, man, intellectual property is everything I'm trying to do this year. I started all those businesses last year. So this year, I can just publish intellectual property. So right now, whether it's the streams, people downloading the music, buying the music off of any of the platforms, iTunes, Amazon, all that stuff. So whether you're talking about a stream, which is a few cents a stream, a 99-cent song, the book, the academy, someone gonna buy something from Brian Hippolyte today. I know that.
Absolutely. And I say the same thing. If y'all go stream the music or purchase the merchandise, you supporting me. If you purchase a book or book a consultation, you investing in yourself. And I got different entry points. You could go to Spotify and stream Trey Snatch for free. You could go purchase it from iTunes for $1.99. You can purchase a book, Dollar Dojo, from Active to Passive, showing you how to invest in dividend yield stocks and do it with very little capital gains taxes with that particular strategy. I also have the Dooley Dojo. If once you get your credit situation, that was another thing why I started credit business, because it take you a couple of bands entry point to get into that game. So guess what? You need your credit straight. So guess what? Now you go to credit GPS. We get your credit straight, so you can get into some of these higher cost entry points as well too. So I got Dooley Dojo, I got Dollar Dojo, I got merchandise, I got music, I got consultations. Brian Hippolyte, he got books, he got music, he got to Manifest You.
Everyone about to get their tax season. Everyone's about to get their tax. Now is the season for you to invest in yourself, and for you to take this money that's about to come your way. And if you're in the tax bracket that's looking forward to taxes, to a tax return, which most of us have been in most of our lives. So if you're in that financial bracket where that's a come up for you, then you take some of that money, a good portion of that money, and put it in a space where maybe next year you won't even need that tax return. You ain't looking for it like that, because you allowed that money to turn to something else. So invest in yourself. If you're gonna take some money, I done ran across brothers that would have been willing to buy $20 worth of weed from me, but they wasn't willing to buy this $20 book. You know what I mean? And unfortunately for them, it's a $30 book now, because people have been buying. but
price done went up.
But the fact of the is like, if you got to invest in yourself, and if you're willing to invest in yourself, then things will happen. If you don't got a passport, buy yourself a passport. Get your children a passport. If you don't got firearms, get yourself firearms. Get yourself some ammunition. Like, take care of the things that's going to secure yourself and your legacy before you go out and get a car that we gonna know in 6 months you only got from your tax return because you can't afford it 6 months later, or some clothes that ain't gonna matter. Don't do anything that's gonna depreciate. We are past that season in our lives. You hear what I'm saying? Let's get it. This time to install everything I'm doing right now is for my grandchildren, and my kids are 2 and 4 years old. They got a whole life ahead of them. All I'm doing right now is securing shit for my grandkids. And I don't care where you at right now in your life, in a year or 2 years from now, you could be in the same position that I'm in, where you're not financially dependent on someone else giving you the opportunity, but you've created enough opportunities for yourself that you're just prospering at this point, and you've created and you've sowed enough seeds in different places where it's harvested, and money fucking grows like grass some days, and where you can't outrun it, you can't even spend it as fast as it's coming. Not every day, not every fucking day, but some days this shit grow like fucking grass because you put it in the right places. So don't let another tax season go by without putting yourself in a position to prosper. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna keep talking this shit. We're gonna keep getting wealthy. We're gonna establish this generational wealth. I don't want you to be on this live next year still getting this game when we's giving it to you right now. So make sure that you invest in yourself. I'm not telling you to buy this book because I need your money. I'm telling you to buy this book because the shit in this book made me where I don't need your motherfucking money. I'm trying to put you on game. I'm trying to give you instill legacy. Instill legacy, because my kids gonna get it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And my 5-year-old daughter got a stamp on her passport. I took her to the pyramids of Ekbalam last summer. You feel what I'm saying? I took her to Mexico and took her to the pyramids, and that was a milestone in my life. And to be able to take her there to have that experience, get her a stamp on her passport, as well as she has different, a portfolio of stocks. You know what I'm saying? A portfolio of stocks as well too. So these is the things that we're doing for the next generation. And on top of that, before we go, that is intellectual property. So guess what? That's going to continue to produce. We have to be producers and we have to be creators. We have to get out of the concept of being consumers and be creators and producers of intellectual property. So whether it's a book, whether it's a course, whether it's music, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a stream, whatever it is, you want to go ahead and be a producer like Derek Grace. This is intellectual property. You know what I mean? Manifest You, intellectual property. Dollar Dojo, intellectual property. Dooley Dojo, intellectual property. The music, Snatch music, Black Lotus Gang music, all of this is intellectual property that have royalties, that have residuals, that's going to continue to produce, and be able to have the ability to say, okay, your children, your heirs are a part of this and they'll benefit from that. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? 2020, have that vision, you know what I'm saying, and elevate. So, take this game and do it, and we're here. We are here and we're accessible. We're not at the, 250,000 followers where we're not accessible. You know what I mean? Definitely. The link is in the bio to purchase all of that.
Yeah.
And we're accessible, people. You know what I'm saying? We ain't at a 250,000 followers where we just got a whole troller load of DMs like that.
To it. I send voice memos. I be on the move, so I ain't even trying to text. Like, I'm gonna send you a voice memo back. Like, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm nowhere near that, that space. Even when my rap career was doing what it was doing, years ago, I never moved out of the space where I wasn't accessible to those who was trying to genuinely, so it's just the time and the season to just prosper our people and publish this intellectual property, because That's what we need right now. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else before we get out of here. It's not hard to become a millionaire. All you do is just break down how you want to do it. You know, you can have, I think it's about 3,000 people paying you $17 a month for 12 months, and that's $1 million. So you get 5,000 people, you know, paying you 24, whatever it is. It's like it's a low number compared to the amount of people that's out there and the prospects of business that's out there. You know, so you just pick a price, you pick your product, you pick your purpose, your price, your product, and your purpose. You get those 3 P's together. And then you say, how many of that do I need to manifest $1 million? And you get on that course. And even if you don't hit it, you know, you'll sit around that 100,000, a couple 100,000 mark. That's better than where you was last year. Like
they say, go for the eagle. You get pheasant,